Hello, hello, hope you're all doing well. This is Synth on the microphone, and we're about to see Crispy versus the Lord of Re himself, Aperture. Let's get this started. Aperture with a Crispy with a down throw. Excellent. Fast forwards the attack and gets a bit more damage after that. Oh, Sonic whiffing his grab. I guess a bit of damage off of that, but I can't help but wonder if he could get any more from that. He only got 1 or 2 hits on that top middle platform. Nice down throw from Crispy. What's Aperture going to do to recover? Goes for, I think that was maybe a jump there, but gets caught by the grab. Alright, Aperture opting to hop over Crispy during his spin dash and then catch him as he lands. Wow, we get the dimensional cape from Crispy, good stuff. Always good to use at least once in a set, just while the player isn't expecting it. Although I can't help but think perhaps it might have been more useful slightly towards death percentage. Perhaps it was a panic use that he threw out just there. It did work out, however. Oh, Crispy mistimes the F smash, or perhaps it was just literally at its 60th frame and had to come out. It looked like it might not have been able to charge any longer than that. Both players feeding each other out in the air. Aperture gets the first strike as they land within neutral. Keeps juggling Crispy in the air, does not allow him to land. Crispy with the up smasher does not connect. Looks like this is Aperture's stage right now. He is alive and well and controlling the center. And just as I say that, commentator's curse, he goes off stage. But he's back now, so we'll just pretend that didn't happen. Meta Knight dragging Aperture down towards the blast zone. It was not a spike though. And it just did not work out that time, basically. But it was a good effort. Why not, right? Worst case scenario, you still get a bit of damage. Now, in terms of who is expected to win this, I suppose it would be Aperture. He is one of our higher performing players. And Crispy right now, he is actually, you know, a stop behind. Now that I've taken a look, so this is not looking good for Crispy, but overall, I would say he's been getting his trades in there. It's just a matter of him getting a few clean hits without exchanging too much. And then perhaps he can bring this back a bit. Crispy, although he's not necessarily the favorite to win in terms of like the odds, he's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve, including 0 to deaths or even 30% to deaths. He can definitely kill early, as he's going for here, but it does not work out. I'm not sure what's true and what's not when it comes to Meta Knight, but end of the day, Crispy absolutely can make things happen. Especially with a character such as Meta Knight in his control. Down throw, up air, up air, up air, up B. There we go. He made something happen, just like that. Game 1 goes to Crispy. Fantastic stuff. Let's see what Game 2 has in store for us next. Right, back to Talon City. Both players in neutral, filling each other out. Approaching and backing off over and over. Exchanging sides on the stage. Who's going to get first blood? Goes to Crispy with a dash attack into an up air. Crispy floating around, sitting in shield, playing very patiently. Fantastic stuff. I know with a character like such as Meta Knight with so much power behind you, it must be very tempting to push your way in. But it seems like he's really found his balance right now, because Crispy is certainly impressing us with his gameplay so far in this set. Right, he makes it back onto stage. Aperture, controlling the center, backs up a bit, goes for some up airs. Bit of messy gameplay, but as long as you're not getting hit, it doesn't really matter. So goes for the upper again. This feels like a matchup where both players benefit from getting an initial hit and then following up. I wouldn't necessarily say that Sonic is like a combo character, but it seems to me like he wants to hit and run. He doesn't mind whiffing his hitboxes. Oh, what's this? That was like 5 up airs in a row. Oh my gosh, that was insane. Yeah, so as I was saying, Sonic, although he's not necessarily a combo character, I feel like he doesn't want to commit too much until he lands something, and then depending on where you are positioned around the stage, due to that hit and run style, that's when he's going to push for a little bit more damage. Excellent up air just there. Crispy now a stock behind. Sonic, Aperture Sonic only at 62%, and that's after just taking a hit just now. This is looking like quite a different game compared to game 1. So yeah, we have the Meta Knight heavy combo style versus the Sonic hit and run style. And we really are seeing both players kind of work their way around each other a lot, and then only once the hit is landing, that's when they kind of decide to mix up or do a little bit more with it. Crispy with the dimensional cape there. Perhaps it was just to create some space, I'm not really sure. Oh, reverse jab. Charging the F smash. That's definitely not the first time we've seen him do that. I think we saw him do that game 1 as well. It didn't work out either, but it seems to be like that's Crispy's go-to thing for catching the spin dash when it comes directly towards him. Aperture finding his way to the center. Pops down to Crispy to give him a deadly visit, but it doesn't work. Crispy had the shield up, and he gets the dimensional cape, was that? I think it was that we just saw. Okay. Dash attack, up air. That seems like a bit of a staple for Meta Knight from what I can tell. Dash attack into up air. Crispy's been doing that throughout the set so far. Comes down from the top platform. Both players having a bit of a scuffle in center stage. Oh, Aperture whiffs the grab, but he manages to make it back to safety. Goes for another grab. It whiffs again. Nice up air from Aperture. This is a very dangerous stage for moves such as up airs and just aerials in general, especially when the ceiling is as low and also the blast zones are as narrow as they are. This is a stage where absolutely both players can kill quite quickly. In fact, I'm wondering if Sonic can do his F smash at the ledge. He does that a lot against other characters, Aperture, and also Ixis, but I'm not sure if it works against Crispy, so only time will tell. We'll see if that's a thing in this matchup. Oh, okay. Spin dash. Launches Crispy into the air. Crispy manages to slice up Sonic a bit as he backs up into the bottom left and grabs the ledge. Aperture again getting in. He doesn't get in too often, but the problem is he doesn't get punished enough when he does miss his attacks. And so when he does get his attacks, it's either, well, it works out basically as either he benefits or he kind of just continues to break even. That's not to say that Crispy isn't trying though. He is absolutely fishing for ways, such as the F smash, to catch Sonic out. Upbeat to the ledge, but gets caught by the spring before he can snap to it. Sonic looking like he wants to bait out some kind of overcommitment from Crispy and his Mewtwo right now. His Meta Knight right now. But despite that, anyway, Crispy ended up in the top middle, in the air, and gets up-aired into the blast zone. As we were saying before, as I mentioned, blast zone is very low. The ceiling is particularly low on that stage. Alright, so that's 1-1. There we go. Time for game 3. I'm not sure. I don't know. Like I feel like I should be saying, oh, Crispy can bring it back, etc., etc. But my personal opinion is that Aperture adapted, because that's kind of what a lot of higher up players will do in terms of skill. I feel like Aperture adapted a bit, and then on top of that, making things a bit harder for Crispy. It may be that his mentality will have crumbled a little bit. I'm not saying that he's a broken man or anything, but I feel like maybe his mentality has gone down a little bit. Not necessarily because of the gameplay in Game 2, but I feel like that might just be something that I'm kind of making a read here. You know, I'm doing a bit of a mind read here. I feel like that's kind of a thing that's happened for Crispy, and that now Aperture is going to take this game free. Now the odds I did say before are Aperture's favour, so that isn't a completely wild butt pull. That isn't a completely wild guess out of nowhere. But you know, we'll see if it's true either way. I do think that Aperture is going to take the set now, and that maybe we'll see Crispy at around, like, say 50% or so last stock in terms of how much damage he gets Aperture up to, whereas he'll then die at that point. That's my prediction. We'll see if it comes true. If it doesn't, I'll be a bit of a mug. But you know what? That's just something I want to throw out there. My personal thoughts on where this is headed. Despite that though, Crispy is looking to prove me wrong with a down throw into the 3 up airs. He gets quite a bit of damage there, and he's currently got the lead in percentage right now. So he is on track to prove me wrong, to dispel the naysayers. Dimensional Cape from Crispy's Meta Knight. Goes for the dash attack, ends up clanking with his opponent with Aperture. Aperture gets in for a bit of damage himself. Yeah, I feel like with a player like Aperture, you know, you can't get this far this often in bracket without being the type that just adapts as he goes forward, as he presses on. Although adaptation does not always work in your favor, it does not always save the day, because as we saw yesterday at Evo, if you guys were staying up late to watch that or saw it in the morning, yeah, basically Zero, the Chilean player, lost to Salem. Oh, up throw on the top ledge, top middle, and it kills. Excellent stuff. That's the last game. Yeah, Zero lost to Salem. So even though he was adapting throughout Grand Finals 1 and 2 in Evo, you know, he lost there. So even though Aperture took this set here, just as I had predicted, good stuff to Crispy though. He played excellently, and you know, I was still rooting for him in a sense. But yeah, even though Aperture took this set, I am curious, will adaptation carry him all the way to the finals and help him win it in tonight's Monday Night Meltdown, or will someone